Fall 2024 has blessed us with some of the most jaw-dropping fights where fists flew and swords clashed. These aren't just your average showdowns, they're legendary clashes we'll discuss for years. We're presenting you with the top fights of Fall 2024. Kenshin vs. Cho was easily one of the best anime fights of Fall 2024, and for good reason too. The stakes were high, with Kenshin fighting not just for survival, but to save baby Iori. This emotional weight made every strike feel crucial. Cho, with his flamboyant personality and chaotic swordsmanship, was the perfect foil to Kenshin's discipled resolve, creating a thrilling clash of ideologies, with Kenshin staying true to his vow never to kill despite the immense pressure. The animation elevated the fight with stunning choreography and moments that felt electric, especially during that final clash. And the payoff? Perfection. Kenshin's moral and physical victory, followed by the heartwarming moment of reuniting Iori with his mother, was deeply satisfying. Now let's move on to something even more epic. One of Akane Tendo's most iconic moments when she took on a wild challenge at Furinkan High School. You see, after Tatewaki puts up a bizarre challenge of if you can beat Akane in a fight, you can have the right to date her. Naturally, every boy at school signs up for this impromptu battle royale. This scene is straight out of a martial arts tournament, except it's happening in the schoolyard, with Akane standing alone against an entire mob of hormonal boys. Meanwhile, Akane effortlessly takes out every single one of them. I really love how they animated this scene. Akane's punches and kicks feel like they've got real impact, and the added touch of the screen shaking makes every blow hit even harder. It is a small detail that adds so much intensity to the fight. When it comes to isekai battles, I'd like to add an entry from this brand new anime named Loner Life in Another World. This fight pits the crafty and resourceful protagonist Haruka against Tanaka, a former classmate turned antagonist, in a battle that tests wits as much as it does combat skills. With his overpowered magic and brute strength, Tanaka unleashes devastating attacks that threaten to wipe out everything in the area. And trust me, Tanaka's attacks are always all over the place. But here's the thing, while Tanaka's power is impressive, his attacks are wildly unfocused and reckless. What I absolutely love about this fight is how Haruka flips the script. While Tanaka relies on overwhelming strength, Haruka uses his brain to pinpoint Tanaka's weakness. Every time Tanaka thinks he's got the upper hand, Haruka outsmarts him with a clever maneuver or perfectly timed counterattack. It's battles like this that remind us why we love isekai so much. Creative fights, unpredictable twists, and protagonists who prove that sometimes brains really do beat brawn. The fight between Noel and Golga from the most notorious talker runs the world's greatest clan is an absolute blast. First off, this fight has some really great moves. Golga comes in swinging, all-powerful and angry, literally not letting Noel have some time to breathe. He was relentlessly attacking with everything he's got. It's intense, fast, and leaves you at the edge of your seat, wondering how Noel's even going to survive the onslaught. The sword fight in this one is out of this world, and honestly, I didn't expect such high-quality, fluid action from this anime, but they really went all out. This is a fight that will have you hooked from start to finish, and by the end, you'll be totally amazed at how this anime pulled off such an incredible showdown. 誰じゃ踊りは僕はあるもんノエルを押し倒していいのは僕だけ Do you ever finish watching a top 20 anime list and think, I need to see that, only to discover it's not available in your country? It's like opening a treasure chest in an RPG and finding, well, nothing. That's exactly what happens with streaming services like Netflix. Their anime catalog is region locked, meaning you're missing out on some serious gems unless you're using ExpressVPN. The best VPN according to me, but also CNET, PC World, The Verge, and more. Our sponsor ExpressVPN is like having your own Titan from Attack on Titan. With it, you can crush those walls of restriction and access the full anime catalog from anywhere. You have 105 countries to choose from, whether it's hidden shows or new releases exclusive to certain countries. ExpressVPN lets you break free. With just a few clicks, you can get access to international libraries on more than 50 streaming platforms. But that's not all. It also protects your data by encrypting your internet connection. Even if a hacker is as cunning as a certain basement-dwelling mastermind, Aaron, they'll never crack ExpressVPN's encryption. I personally use ExpressVPN to watch anime like Bleach and ReZero, both of which are locked in the UK Netflix. So why not give it a try? Click the link in the description for 3 months free at expressvpn.com/ViniiTube. And don't worry, it's completely risk-free thanks to the 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, back to the video. Advice you didn't know you needed, but once it happened, you were glued to the screen. You know, Goku's always down for a good fight, but Demagami brings a level of strategy and unpredictability that really shakes things up. My jaw was on the floor for this entire fight, you know. I haven't been this impressed with Dragon Ball's choreography in decades. Seriously? It almost brought a tear to my eye, seeing Goku in such an intense, well-animated battle after all this time. It's rare to see such raw, high-level combat that blends the old with the new so seamlessly. Now, what really gets me excited is how Goku pulls out the Kamehameha in this fight, and I simply adore how they brought the OG sound effects back. That Kamehameha looked and sounded gorgeous.
Shoot style. Smash it.
The battle between Armored All Might and All For One is straight up legendary, and I'm not just saying that because it's one of the most epic showdowns in anime history. This fight is one that fans have been waiting to see for months now. The animation during this fight is unreal. The punches, they hit hard. Every time All Might lands a blow, you can feel it in your bones, and when All For One retaliates, the sheer force of his attack is enough to shake the ground. But what really gets you is the emotion behind this fight. As the fight goes on, you feel All Might's pain, his desperation to protect everything he holds dear, and All For One, well, he's out for blood. He knows that if he can defeat All Might, he'll solidify his reign. It's the ultimate showdown between hero and villain, and it doesn't get any better than this. The battle between Emilia and Wrath in ReZero is a must-watch showdown that reminds us just why we fell in love with this anime in the first place. Emilia is finally stepping up, showing she's more than just a princess who needed saving. And Wrath, oh boy, she's a whole different level of crazy. She's angry, she's powerful, and she's ready to show how ruthless she can be. The fight looks incredible. The animation is sharp, fluid, and it's got that signature ReZero intensity, with every magic spell feeling huge and every close call hit making you lean in, holding your breath. The way Emilia's ice magic is animated is especially cool. Something that's mesmerizing about the way she controls it, using it not only to attack, but also to defend and create openings. May it be a single sword, dual swords, spear, warhammer, tonfa, tiger claws, and even a trident. Emilia's weapon versatility is nothing short of impressive. Sirius's V8 really is something else. She genuinely looks like she's having a nervous breakdown. Her voice is filled with such raw, real emotion that you can feel the pressure Emilia is under, making the fight feel even more intense. Props to her. The fight between Okarun and Momo versus Acrobatic Silky in Dandadan is a wild, high-energy brawl that we absolutely live for. Both Okarun and Momo are up against acrobatic Silky, a demon with crazy acrobatic skills that make her a nightmare to catch. What makes this fight so entertaining is the absolute chaos. You see, Silky is a fun, tough opponent, but Okarun and Momo's teamwork and determination make this fight an absolute blast. The animation quality really shines here, especially when things get intense. The choreography is fluid, the stakes are high, and the banter between the characters adds just the right amount of humor to keep things light. It's one of those fights that makes you excited to see how Okarun and Momo will handle the next insane challenge they face. In the end, this fight is a visual feast. The animation quality is top-notch, with fast-paced, fluid choreography that captures every heart-pounding moment.
ごめんなさい。
Shinsui vs. Lil Baro was hands down one of the standout fights of the fall 2024 anime season.
無様に絡む未練の糸をこれにて大詰め締めの段糸切り馬車に血染めの喉笛
Shinsui's laid-back yet razor-sharp style made every move feel calculated and cool, and when he unleashed his Bankai, the fight hit another level. Its haunting, poetic nature and the 4 acts of escalating despair were both eerie and mesmerizing. Lil Baro wasn't just an ordinary opponent. His X-axis ability made him feel godlike, untouchable, and terrifying. Shinsui had to outthink, not just outfight, this seemingly invincible foe. Studio Piero nailed the visuals, seamlessly blending the surreal atmosphere of Shinsui's powers with Lil's overwhelming presence. The eerie tension, stunning animation, and epic soundtrack amplified every moment. Ultimately, this wasn't just a battle of power, but a showcase of Shinsui's growth and resolve as a leader. It was intense, strategic, and unforgettable. A perfect mix of heart and spectacle. And with that, we're wrapping up this list of the best fights of fall 2024. If you're looking for some recommendations, check out the top 10 most anticipated anime of winter 2025. Alright, see you soon.